All all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles and elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to Yahweh around the world is teaching the truth. Shalom to you, serious Aqua. My name is Maya Gala Bungab, which Kaka branch of Great Millstone. And I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelite. Black is a color, not a nationality. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, speckled birds scattered abroad. All right. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. We are not affiliated with any terrorist groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right. And so, this article, man, and, last couple weeks and stuff, you have visuals like TCA, thoughts, camera, action. You got phobia all the time. Talking about the 12 chart and how flawed it is, and then now you got vocab alone. He can't. He knows that the so-called Negroes are Israelites from the tribe of Judah, but he won't admit it. Just based on the uproar of who the Israelites are, and the scriptures clearly tells you who the Israelites are, but this secrets. Look at this scriptures, all right? These secrets belong to the prophets of Israel, man, So let me get this. All right. Deuteronomy 29. All right, it says right here, it says, the secret things belong to Yahweh, our power. But those things are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. All right, things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. That's why vocab alone can't get it. Because vocab alone is not the Israelite. All right, James White can't get it. I would say, Ben Hun, or whatever the heck his name is, Ben Hun. You know what I'm talking about. He can't get it because he's Ishmael, Arab, man. All right. And those Moabite so-called Chinese preachers, they can't get it, man. All right, because they're not Israelites, man. All right, they don't understand the meaning of the Bible because vocab alone, he'll tell you. Look at Isaiah 49. All right, the whole chapter. He think that's talking about the church. No, that's talking about Israel. All right, it's not talking about people that call themselves or deem themselves Christians, man. All right, and every other nationality want to squeeze their assets into the salvation seat. So the 144,000 elected to 1/3 of Israel, that's not gonna happen, man. All right, even 2/3 of all people, they're not gonna make it, man. All right, it says, continue and start over again. Deuteronomy 29, verse 29. The secret things belong to us, Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Who's getting the law of such commandment? Israel. All right, so those secret things, the mystery of this book, belongs unto the children of Israel and the elect among them. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to go here, Romans. All right. And that's why TCA, that's why FOPI, they can't get it, man. Also, what's the guy? Ancient Watch, they can't get it, man. It ain't for them. Man, if you keep listening to FOPI, man, like your ass retarded, man. You just straight up retarded. FOPI, Ancient Watchman, IUIC, you retarded, man. All right. And then speaking of IUIC, like, what's the purpose of being there? It's like you still call the name Jesus, and saying God, man. You're a damn Christian, man. All right. You might as well eat a pork chop. All right. But anyway, it says, Romans 11:7, it said, what then Israel had not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained, the rest were blinded. Romans 8:11. According to it is written, Yahweh had given them the spirit of slumber, eyes they should not see, and ears they should not hear unto this day. And David said, let their tail be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back all way. All right. Okay. So that's why certain Jakes can't get it, man. All right. Either ones that call themselves, they in the truth, man. They try their best to lead their understanding. What's funny, we talked this on the line yesterday, how they uh and show how just show how bugged the hell out they are, man. Um how they say they don't like camps, they listen various numerous camps to try to get understanding, man. That's just total madness, man. Uh Deuteronomy right here, man. All right, we need deliverance, man. All right, I hate to see my people like that. Bud the hell out, man. All right, they said Deuteronomy. All these curses gonna be lifted when Yahweh shall come, man. All right, Yahweh shall 104,000 elect, the 104,000 they'll let the Israel, which ought to let the Israel and the angels come and destroy this place, man. All right, his name is what? Yahweh shall. He is deliverer. What he gonna do? Deliver us from the present Esau, deliver us from the curses, man. All right. It says Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. It says, Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of the heart. All right. So this straight madness, man. You're nuts, man. That's why some Chase, man, you nuts, man. All right. Those that claim to be in the truth, man. All right. Let's say right here, Romans 11, say the rest were blinded. All right. All right. And the rest were blinded. That's why you can't see that the so-called Native American Latinos are Israelites, man. And the evidence be right in your face, man. You ever heard the term hiding in plain sight? That's what this literally is, man. All right, this truth is in plain sight, man. All right, but y'all only gonna let those see it, man. All right. It says right here, this is an article, Virtual Museum of New France. New France is Canada. All right, it says population slavery. The issue of slavery in Canada had long been glossed over by historians. Yep. All right, because they're not going to talk about so-called Native Americans being in slavery, man. Because actually, a lot of you so-called Negroes and also you Latinos, man, you're Gadites, trying to traffic Gad, man. All right, because you had some Gadites went among Issachar, so-called Mexicans, and dwelt among them. All right, you got a lot of so-called Mexicans don't know they're Gadites. All right, same thing with so-called Negroes. All right, but in this case, you black only Israelites, which their skin is not black; it's actually brown, various shades of brown. All right, you like the oop and holler and scream that that the so-called Native American are Israelites, but they fit the prophecy. Like I said again, Yahweh blinding you, man. All right, it says the issue of slavery in Canada has long been glossed over by historians and by Canadian society in general. So, substantive recognition of this past history of slavery did not begin until the 1960s. Nevertheless, slavery was actively practiced in New France, both in St. Lawrence Valley and Louisiana. All right. This institution, which endured almost 2 centuries, affected the destiny of thousands of men, women, and children descend from Aboriginal African slaves. All right, Aboriginal talking about the Nordic Kingdom, man, indigenous people of America. And African people, they're not Africans, just Judah and they got some slaves from Louisiana. Down in Louisiana, you had Levi that got traded over there from Haiti to down there too, all right? So I'm just gonna just say the Southern Kingdom, all right? And you can see it right here, man. You go to where it says right here. All right. And how you know they're Israelites? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go right here. How you know they are the Israelites says right here. This is easy, man. All right. All right. It said, pour out, that's in Jeremiah, pour out that free upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. Why the heathen know thee not? Well, how come the law, statute, commandments only given to the 12 tribes of Israel? All right here it says Psalms 147, 19. All right, it says, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statute and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known of praise ye Yahweh. All right, that's why they don't know not. They know Yahweh not, and they don't call upon his name. All right, only Israel was given law, statute, commandments, only given the name of Yahweh. This is the name of the heavenly Father, Yahweh. For they had eaten of Jacob and devoured him and consumed him. All right, put him in slavery, oppressed him, robbed and spoiled, right? Had made his habitation desolate, right? Our land, man. All right. Made his habitation desolate. All right. That's what's going on down there, all right? Instead trampling down our land over there in Israel, man. All right. So all the wars and stuff, man, over there. Battles. All right. Polluting it. All right. So let me see. All right, go back. All right. Let's get another scripture. All right, only Israel gonna be punished for it. Only Israel gonna be punished. Only Israel gonna be punished, man. Now that's how you know identify who the Israelites are. Amos chapter 3, verse 1, 3, verse 2. It said, hear this word, Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the famine which are brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Right? We was only Israel given the law, statutes, commandments. Therefore, I will punish you I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right, so we broke that covenant, that contract with Yahweh, so we're gonna be punished for breaking it. All right, it's real easy, man. That's how you know the Israelites. That's how you know the so-called Negroes are Israelites. That's how you know the so-called Native Americans are Israelites. That's how you know the so-called Latino Israelites. That's how you know that speckled birds are Israelites, man. All right. So we go right here. It says, let me get this right here. Jeremiah 50, verse 33. All right. It said, thus said Yahweh, the host of children of Israel, the host of Judah, were oppressed together. All that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right. Israel and Judah. All right. The Aboriginal Israel. All right. So-called Africans, Judah. All right. It says, it's a section aside. The black slaves arrived in Canada only towards the end of the 17th century. All right. They're not black. All right. They're Judah. All right. It said, despite the colonial official off reiterated yearning to have um, Judean slaves imported to the colony. No slave ship ever reached St. Lawrence. Those Judean slaves who arrived in the region came from neighboring British colonies, and from which they were smuggled, where they was taken as war captives. A number of Canadian merchants also brought back Judean slaves back for their business trips to the South and Louisiana or the French Caribbean. Right, so they had Benjamin up French Caribbean. Look that up. Make sure French Caribbean. All right. Let's see. Just to make sure. French Caribbean. All right. French West Indies. Yep. Bon yum yum. Bon yum yum. Yep. Benjamin. All right. So so this is Benjamin. All right. So all right. So you can see right here. It said in Canada, the majority of slaves were not of, it said that was actually Judean, rather Aboriginal, the Gadites. Gadites. Native population constantly subjugated war captives before the arrival of the French, but this practice acquired new meanings in unprecedented proportion in the context of Western expansion. All right, beginning as the go to curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 54. All right, what did it say? All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 54. It says, so every man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes should be evil toward his brother and toward the wife his bosom and toward the ram his children, which he shall leave. All right. Slavery, Jake slaving each other, Jake murdering each other, robbing each other. All right. Selling out each other, man. All right. It says, beginning in the 60s, 70s, the French were going to see captive from the Aboriginal partners as token of friendship during the commercial and diplomatic changes. All right. You got a lot of people in the Aboriginal movement, they like, but a bunch of bugged out Gadites, Judites, and Reubenites. Like scream all well, the Moors and Jews that came over here, which they did, the Huguenots, which are our own people, man. But your own people sold you out too, man. And they had their daughters open their legs to those Edomite, so-called European fur traders and merchants, man. That's why you guys, certain Gadite tribes, so-called Native American tribes, goddamn, Edomite, a pale, sometimes blonde hair, blood Edomite, saying that he's I'll just do the example that he's Cherokee or Choctaw. He'll damn Edomite terror bear, man. All right, it says right here, let's see, the Illinois, all right, was called or the Illini, all right, and I keep forgetting. I'm gonna bring out the history on the alumni too, man. Like those guys were fierce warriors, man. All right, there's another one Esau don't talk about. All right, the Illinois were notorious for raids which they led against nations to the southeast and from which they brought back captives. By early 18th century, the practice of buying and selling the captives like merchandise was established. The ethnic origin, of Aboriginal slaves occasionally specified in period documents. They include Foxes, Sioux, or the Great Lakes, Inuit from Labrador. All right, you black on Israelite, they made fun. Some of the Eskimos and all that stuff. Well, so-called Eskimos, because that's a derogatory name, derogatory byword. All right. The Inuit people. All right. All right. This is the picture they want you to see. All right. Because you got, what is that? That's what you got. What's this? Inuit Dowels. All right. Jake is just, let me see what pops up. So you have the light skinned one, then you got like the brown ones and stuff, dark brown. All right. One time I found a picture of an Inuit woman. She had, well, a woman, Alaskan native. Well, up there, but let's say Alaskan Canada, one of them, man. All right, she was dark. She had dark skin. She had curly hair. That was a long time ago. I should have saved it. I was kicked myself in the ass when I was doing that. All right, but Jake come in various shades. Why would they make different dolls with different skin texture? Look at this right here, man. All right, could be people came in various shades, man. All right, whoever made them. Okay. Jeremiah 12 and that Israel's like, well, a speckled bird. Right. Well, made these dogs were the first hand count witness of the various phenotypes. All right. Let's see. All right. It says the Inuit Falabo Chickasaw from the Mississippi. Oh, that's one of the five civil tribes that had Judah in slavery. Hmm. They went to slavery too, just like the Cherokee went to slavery to West Indies. All right. Slavery was a dog eat dog business, man. And this was part of the curse that go occur through Roman 254, man. All right. Chickasaws from the Mississippi Valley, Apaches from the American Southeast. All right. All right. Apache, Geronimo people, especially Panis. Especially Panis. That's these people in Canada. The latter destination can be misleading. It is strictest sense, right? All these Gadites, man. All right. It says it is the strictest sense referred to opponents a nation who inhabit the Basin Missouri River, which were heavily targeted by the allies of the French. Among colonists, however, their name rapidly became generic in way to any aboriginal slave. All right, meaning enslaved Pan slave who showing records thus was not Pawnee at all. The situation was rather different in Louisiana at the time of colony establishment in early years of the 18th century. Aboriginal slaves were hard to acquire, retain, but right, because they knew the land where they enslaved. Now, Louisiana, you're gonna know the land. That's why look out in history, you'll see different Gadites being shipped to like different states. You know, one Gadite might be from California. I'll just use an example. He might be from California. All right. So they take him and shift him to like Tennessee. All right. Or take a Gadite from Canada and put him to Florida. All right. Or a Gadite from North Dakota and they take him to like Alabama because he don't know the land. All right. Or they just ship him to the West Indies or further, they just shipped him to Africa or Europe, which did happen. All right. It says they also brought the Mayans up here, the Mayans to Virginia, South Carolina, New York. All right, Mayans, Zebulon. All right. It says right here, the situation was rather different in Louisiana. The town colony standard early years of the 18th century. African slaves were hard to acquire, retain, and bondage. Colonists, particular plans, more preferred African slaves. All right. Then after these are Judean. All right, whom they judged more apt to work in their indigo tobacco fields. In Louisiana, the slave trade from Africa thus began in 1719. All right, the slave trade, Judah being brought there, man. All right, but this is how you know who are the Israelites, man. All right, here you got this food vocabulary talking about there's something else where you selling something else. So yeah, man, you mean to tell me Ahab and Judas Icarus, they're gonna be chilling in the kingdom? Yeah, man. Good they are. They're gonna be they'll be born through the elect, man. I don't know why I put happen in there, man. All right, what it says right here about Israel, they're gonna be what cleaned up. All right. This is in Hebrews, man. Was also cut for you Christians. All right, Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. All right. It says, for finding fault with them, he said, Yahweh, behold, the day is come, said Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. And now, according to the covenant, the first covenant, all right, because they couldn't hardly keep it. They weren't perfect, it was in the flesh. Now, according to the covenant they are made with their fathers, in the day when I took them by hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, all right, because they continue not among, and when they say fathers, man, it just pointing out that Israel is just a patriarchal nation, man. All right, who's our forefather? Jacob, a man. He's the progenitor of Israel. That's it. All right. He says, when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, I have regarded not, said Yahweh, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my laws into their mind and write them to their hearts. I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh, for all shall know me, from the least unto the greatest. All right. All right. So, hey, man. So the law's going to be written in our hearts, man. And also the hearts of our children, when they be born. They're going to know it automatically, man. So yes, Judas is Judas, all right, which his name is Yahweh the things. All right, and Ahab, any other Israelite that was wicked as hell. All right, you 2/3 you gonna be born through the elect, the 1/3 of Israel. All right, you're not gonna go off, man. All right, because the laws, statutes, commandments will be written inside of you. All right, you gonna get that download. All right, before Cap alone, you're not gonna get that download, man. You ain't no Israelite, man. All right, and you ain't gonna be chilling, king. You're gonna be getting beat up. You're gonna be looking boots, man. All right, so I hope you all been edified, and shalom.